MPK ended and I thought our season was completely done and over with. Well, you seen in the last video, we uploaded that we got a car. It is a 91 Mustang Alimony, and we took it to Mega Cash Days. Because I did sign a contract, yes, it's my first contract with Street Outlaws. Because I did sign a contract, we weren't allowed to video or say anything of what's going on. Now that Mega Cash Days was done, I spent a month in California. I am so happy to be back in Florida, but with being in Florida, we head over to Cameron Johnson's Race Cars because we are going to get a look at of the new car. I've been hinting about it. I've been talking about it in previous videos about we are building a new car for season 6 of Street Outlaw No Prep Kings. I have yet to show anybody the actual deal of what Cameron's got going on over here. I've put a couple photos out. I've talked a little bit about it, but that's about it. So today in this video, y'all will get to see the ins and outs, where they're at on the car. Let's talk a little bit about the car, what the game plan is with it, what the future holds, and let's just keep growing this deal. I mean, I'm happy where everything's going on. I have had a lot of adventures. Y'all have completely grown my audience. So before we get into this vlog, I just want to take this time and I just want to thank y'all. I want to thank each and every one of y'all that is subscribed to this channel that keeps growing this deal. And I know within season and a little bit after the season, I have slacked off, but I got another fire lit up underneath me, and we're about to go ahead and do some pretty cool stuff. Me, Cheyenne, Hitchhiker. For y'all that don't know, Cheyenne is the one that handles the merch. So when you buy merch, we ship it out. We got some pretty cool things in store. We got some pretty awesome places we're about to be traveling here in the next couple months, and we got some awesome rides coming out. So enough of me talking. Just wanted to tell y'all I thank y'all and appreciate y'all, and let's go ahead and jump into today's vlog. So I've been staying away from the shop. I've been letting Cameron and the guys really do whatever it is they're wanting to do. Cameron has really kept me in the loop though, as in where things are, what the process is, measurement on stuff. We have worked very hard with Prenup to where we wanted to put some new stuff, new technology, and some different deals into the new car. Side piece. That is the name of the new car. Will be side piece. It is a 2022 Lexus RCF. Prenup is a little bit different. It's a 2018 Lexus RC350, and we'll explain a little bit more whenever y'all see the front end and stuff on the new car as previous to, you know, say Prenup. The only thing that changes is like the grille and headlights, a little bit on the fenders of the front end, and then the rockers. Everything else is kind of almost the same and looks the same, but there is some little small tweaks that do change the way it looks, and I think it's for the better. All right, guys, so now that y'all gotten a little look at the car, I did set this wheel here. I wanted to see what it looked like inside the wheel well. As you can see, this is another front end that we have for Prenup because, you know, we did have that little altercation at MPK Season 5. We will be bringing that car in here. We will be getting it fixed as well. But as you can see, the car looks phenomenal. The front end looks amazing, and the wheel looks amazing inside that wheel well. I want to go ahead and explain a little bit the difference between the front end on this car and the front end on Prenup. Like I said, the grille and headlights change a little bit. You can see up top, the hood is flat compared to that hood back there having a little bubble in it. Also on the back side, there is some ground effects and everything to be able to give it more meaner look. Once it's cut right here, that thing will push in and everything will line up, and then Cameron and the guys here will get everything massaged in place to be able to get the car 100% ready. But I love the way that wheel looks. I love the way everything's going right now. Inside the car, mostly everything is done, tacked together. They're gonna go through, they're gonna weld it up. I build every car with exchangeable, 5-speed or the Turbo 400 3-speed. So that's the reason why the 5-speed's in here. I will be testing the 5-speed. We're going to come out. We're going to do a lot of testing before season 6. We ran good this year. We had a lot of, failures, wrecks, fires, switch combos, and we were still able to pull off 3rd place. So I was happy with that. First year in NPK, we hit 3rd place. Second year in NPK, we hit 3rd place. We're right behind Kai and Ryan. So hopefully this car here will be able to take us to, a higher level. That's the game plan. So we will be doing a bunch of testing. We'll be testing a bunch of stuff as rear gears, transmission gear ratios, 5 speeds, 3 speeds. We got a new motor we're going to be testing. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to go into this car, and I can't wait to be able to bring it all to y'all. So like I said, though, we got 2 batteries going inside this deal. So Cameron built me a special tray that'll be able to hold 2 Braille batteries. Our CO2 in the car, that'll be all completely ready to go with gauges and everything ready. Because Big Daddy Brian, if you've seen him in videos, he's always having to reach in the car with his head and look around trying to find that gauge. So we're just going to try to make everything as simple and easy for everybody. Me driving the car simple, easy, and the people that are working on it make it simple and easy for them. If we go towards the rear of the car, so they're gonna get the bumper and everything mounted. I did buy tail lights, headlights, and a front grille. We gotta go to the Lexus dealership and pick that up so Cameron and them can get everything in. Everything on this car is from the dealership. This is a OEM Lexus body. Only thing that will be carbon fiber or fiberglass will be the doors and the front end. So everything on the rear, trunk lid, everything that I'm getting, it's not here yet, but it will be, is from Lexus. We are moving the fire bottles to the rear of the car. We got our puke tank back there. Cameron changed a little up on us for the rear chassis. My car is a little bit different setup than this, but I think this is going to be the better way. I think it's going to be stronger, and we won't have a little bit of flex going down the track. I think right now, one thing that we do fight with prenup is losing the tire down the track, and I do believe the car flexes a little bit. But the car's been wrecked. It's been front half, back half. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's happened with that car, and we have made over 300 passes in that car in 2 years. So I will say I feel like the car is wore out, but we're building another one, and that's the game plan, is to be able to go out there, try to keep up what we got going on, keep moving forward, and try to do better. The inside of the door is cut out right now. As you can see, they just had to cut some stuff to be able to get it completely fitted up. But Cameron and the guys, they build a piece that actually inserts inside the inside of the door, and it actually caves in, so it's away from the driver and away from the chassis. We'll take the door off here in a minute over there, and we'll show you that side of the car. But before we get over there, I want to talk a little bit about the quarter panels, because they are steel, they are stock dimensions. That's one thing that we fight with prenup, is trying to get the tires in and out, because this is a stock wheel opening. So this car here, we are going to make it 100% sure that this thing fits to our tire. So Cameron will be cutting this thing either down the middle or figuring out what he's got to do. One, to fit the tire, but 2, to make it look 100% good and be able to get the tire out without messing it up. On my car prenup, we got to go ahead and pry this out, pry that out, trying to get the tire off, because we do run a 36-inch Hoosier. Okay, moving over here to the rocker panels. So as you can see, they are a little bit different. They have a little bit of a body effect to it. On the inside, Cameron and them have built me a box, and they mount to the rocker panels, and they're so strong. Like, they're not even mounted on the car, and like, you can put force on it. Like, you could stand on it. So I'm glad that he did that. One thing we're going to be doing also with this car is trying to stop the body from, you know, flexing and breaking. So that's one thing that Cameron and them are working on, is to be able to make this thing stronger. It's going to add a little bit of weight to the car, but as long as it keeps the body and everything together, I'll be happy with that. Before we take the front end and the door and everything off, just want to show you a little bit about it. We are going to leave, you know, the door handle on. Everything on here was taken from a stock factory OEM Lexus 2022 RCF. So everything, the body lines and all that, will completely match up to any Lexus in the world with this same body style. We thought about maybe putting a mirror on it, so Cameron has left that there for right now. I'm gonna get inside the car at a later date once everything is done, and we're gonna see if I have any issues, because, you know, we run a screw blower, and because this car is very big, so you can see the A-pillars and stuff right here, it's very long inside the car. So there's some tracks that we go to that I'm not able to actually look around and see out the front window for the tree that is over here on this side. One thing I fight when I'm in the left lane is seeing around the blower for the tree that's over on the right side. But when I'm in the right lane, there's sometimes I have to actually look out the driver's window to be able to see the tree. So there's still a possibility we might put mirrors on this thing, but I'm not 100% sure yet, because I have to be able to get in the car and be able to look at it and make sure that I have no issues. I don't want Dad coming up here in the middle of a race and completely just kung fu and chopping off my mirror because I cannot see the tree. But we're gonna go ahead and pull the door off real quick, show you all the inside, because they do have a lot of the stuff done. The steering, the brake system, the gas pedal, the steering linkage, the seat is done in the car. So there's quite a bit of stuff done that y'all haven't got to see yet. All right, so now that we got the door off, you can see inside here, the steering column is in the car. Steering column is all made out of titanium. Cameron and them have to build little sleeves, bolt it all in. It bolts in right here. We run Fuel Tech in our car, so it's all mounted up with Fuel Tech. Got the MPI steering wheel on it. Very, very nice steering wheel. The brake is in the car, as you can see. Danny and the guys got all the brake and everything completely hooked up, ready to go. The gas pedal is in the car. Now, yes, there will be a little deal right here so my foot does not slide through, but the gas pedal will be something like that. It'll be hooked up. That'll be able to feed that big old monster. We'll get to talking about that in a minute. As you can see back here, the seat mount and everything is 100% in the car. We will set the carbon fiber seat in a minute. The driver's funny car cage is ready. This right here is a new feature that Cameron is working on and finally completed and got inside the car, and that is a window net. So it's very simple and easy. All you do is pull it out. See how easy that thing fell? That's all it is. And it's very simple to push back in. I probably won't be able to do it with one hand, but let's see. I got it with one hand, guys. So I'm filming right now, but window net will come from there to there. It looks a lot better. As you can see, there's plenty of room between the double frame rails. For the 5-speed, the 3-speed is a little bit shorter, so we don't have to worry about that. We just make sure that the frame rails are wide enough to always be able to work with the 5-speed. The parachute handle will be changing inside this car. We have to move it a little bit because, like I told Cameron and them, I did sit inside the car, and even though I'm comfortable, the parachute handle is right in line with the tree. So we have to get that changed. But we got the seat over here. See if we can set this thing down real quick. So you can see how perfect that thing fits in there. It's got 2 Zeus's here, 1 Zeus here, 1 Zeus here, 1 there, there, and there. There is a shit ton of Zeus's. Cameron wants to make sure that the seat is secured. We will have a 5-point harness coming from White Safety. We will be running white safety bottles, white safety parachutes, and seat belts inside the car for my safety. So let me get Cameron over here real quick. Let me pull this front end off. We're going to talk about the stuff out on the front and the new power plant right there. I'll give you all a quick little look at it real quick, just from the side, so you'll be able to see, but we'll talk a little bit more about that. now that we got the front end off the car, you can see, look at that thing. Thing's all nice. It's big. You could live in there. If I keep paying these bills over here, I might have to live underneath the front end. Cameron and them got the fuel cell up at the front. They do got to put the sides on it. They'll have a big fuel cap in the center. He is custom making me a deal to have our SG logo in it. He is custom making us a front motor plate with our SG logo. As you can see, they got the strut cups, everything on. Shout out to Mark Menscer. We're running Menscer front struts on this thing. We are going to be testing a few rear struts along with the Menschers, just trying to see if there's any advantage at any point. The A-arms are done on the car. The steering rack is on the car. As y'all know, you followed along with prenup. We did have a little bit of steering issues with that deal in the rack. So me and Cameron talked about it. We put this new rack on the car. We took off the strange rack and put this deal on here on prenup, and I haven't had no problem since. So I told him on the new car I wanted to put that on there. Rolling up top, as you can see, it is not a Proline. It is a Noonan motor. This is a 4.9 521 cubic inch screw blown Hemi setup from Noonan. I told y'all I was gonna test some stuff in the off season, and I'm gonna figure out which way is faster to be able to take on season 6 of No Prep Kings and also take on Ryan Martin. I still have my Proline piece. It's inside prenup. We will be testing prenup versus this car back to back. Cars are similar setup. They will have the same gear ratios. Motors, I will say, are probably similar, the same. We're going to figure out which setup is faster, and that's the setup we will be rolling into season 6 with next year. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be changing on this car, testing out and figuring out which way is faster. I'm not saying the Noonan is faster than the Proline. I'm not saying the Proline's faster than the Noonan because I don't know yet. I've heard from a lot of very smart people, probably smarter than us, that which way is faster, but they don't weigh the same. They don't have the same gear ratios. They don't have the same overdrive for the blower. So it's kind of hard to go off of those facts. With this setup now, I'll be able to know. I'll know which one's faster because I'm going to test them back to back with the same stuff, and we are going to figure out which one's faster that way. But just wanted to go ahead and look at this steering rack, and we got a steering shaft going up here. Very nice, all titanium, everything all bolts in. It's very, very smooth. You can move the steering wheel back and forth. It's smooth driving. I think it's gonna be an all around better piece. The brakes, the brake lines are ran. You can see the brake lines are ran right here for the front brakes. The rear brakes actually run through the chassis. They will come out the back side of the chassis through the tube, and basically right there by Marty Merrilat's 4-link brackets, and then they will go up to the top of the rear housing. We will talk about the rear housing whenever we get that in. We are working with a very, very great company to be able to get our new rear end made for this car. We're changing some stuff on that as well from the last build, just trying to get to be better. But wanted to show y'all up front here, we will still be running a screw blower. That's one question that I have been getting a lot here lately, is if we will run a screw blower next season. Yes, the answer is yes, and will always be yes. I feel like the screw blower is the best combo out there. It definitely sounds the best. It's probably the best at driving. I love the screw blower setup. So we will be running the screw blower next year. We are picking up a spare one to be able to tackle on the season. And one good thing about having this car here is prenup will now become a spare car, a backup car. Hopefully we don't have the catastrophic failures that we had in season 5, but if we do, instead of trying, put everything back together in 3 or 4 days like we normally have to, we will have a backup car. But I'm hoping we don't have to go to that route. We can just stick with this car here, side piece, and go out there and kick everybody's ass and take names with it. So